Oh, cool. Oh, it started me right back up on the roof where I killed the. Okay, cool. Wow. Usually it throws you back to like the last checkpoint, but I mean, they continually make checkpoints. So yeah. So here we are. We're in California, Santa Barbara, if I'm not mistaken. We just came from all down there. You can see the wall I came through, and I'm on the hunt for Abby. I wasn't satisfied. I couldn't live with the frustration of what she did. So here we are. I kind of feel like this would be a better intro, but this feels like it goes right into a bedroom where I don't get dropped in. So let's go. Let's go here.
Hope I can cut through here.
I think I want to see if they connect somehow. Okay, so that's the other window I could go into. Pretty rad, actually. That's one of the things I really love about this game is that there's almost always multiple points of entry except for like points of no return, you know? CBB 73 trading card. Home planet Mars, Brain 40, Brawn 100, affiliation Future Alliance, the latest in a long line of synthetic warriors. I like how the robot warrior, it's literally a computer, doesn't have a high brain power. The CBB-73 was designed to fight battles deemed too dangerous and cruel for humans, but when the Future Alliance captured one on Titan, their scientists use it to test their latest AI ethics technology. Now a trusted ally, CBB is willing to take point on all of the Future Alliance's dangerous missions, always reminding them I am reliable and expendable, but in times of high tension, CBB struggles not to slip back into its original function as a killing machine. Neutral hero. I had to go all the way to California to finish my card collection. I don't know why LA just doesn't I don't know why LA just doesn't order them on like Amazon or something. Seems really silly, you know? Like, why travel across the world on foot when you can just order it on Amazon? Stupid, you know? It's so silly. Oh man, this is like, I love the sad tales that they tell in every one of these games, or not games, but areas. Every house you get into has a story behind it, and I love it. I love it so much. Like, you can see they piled up all this crap, like, to prevent, you know, things from getting up there, right? That was their blockade. And then, I mean, it almost looks as if, like, you know, they somehow got on the roof or something, or like, they broke through the windows, and, then you see, like, this, railing broken, you know? Oh no, they're struggling with the zombies, boom, fall off the balcony, dead, you know? Like, or eaten, or whatever. But there's always this kind of story that's told in every room, every house. I love it so much. It's so good. They really, like I said, even a simple story of, you know, they were barricading themselves up and then they died. You know, that simple story. Okay, fine. You know, no big deal. It doesn't have to be complicated, but they do something. They make each room, each building feel like a logical experience, given the world. You know. Holy shit!
All right.
Well, I dropped into something. Fuck. That's multiple bloaters. Oh, frick. Nice, they both ran through it. Is there a runner over there? Yeah, oh, it's a stalker. Frick. I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm just gonna die. I don't know how he saw me when I was behind the table. I'm a little bothered by that. Because the game clearly suggested this was a safe place.
Right.
And then, like, he's like, he can't see me, right? See? And then randomly he could, so. Oh, there's two there. Whoops. I didn't think I dropped the first one. Alright. That wasn't so bad.
Fuck. I swear to God, Abby, if these infected killed you. I gotta get out of here.
The Bigums, they can't be killed by stealth killing. So having the stalkers and Bigums was pretty rough. I was hoping to get I mean, I did get a stealth kill on one of them, but as I got it, I got detected. Which is fine, except for the other stalker that I wanted to kill, but yeah, that dining room, I mean, I get it, like, realistically, like, you'd be able to see my feet, but I mean, an infected wouldn't know what that was. You know. Not a whole lot of stuff in this house, despite there being a workstation. Go with capacity on this. Oh, I should craft. Just to make sure I have everything. One whole blade. I have a shotgun's great, yeah. I like it. I just prefer stealth killing.
There's gotta be a street around here.
Wow. 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 Y'all let it happen. Welcome to sunny California.
Okay. Santa Barbara's downhill. 24, 25 constants.
What kind of flashback? This isn't flashback. This is actually a year after. A year after the Seattle incident. So we had all that Seattle stuff with Prego lady. So she had her at gunpoint, and right when she was about to fire, Tommy hit her in the leg, and she misfired. And then Tommy got shot in the head. And then we had this epic fight sequence where I had to go and fight Ellie. Like, Ellie was the boss. I had to fight Ellie, and I thought I had to kill her, and I almost did. She broke my arm, or I broke Ellie's arm, and right when I was about to slit Dina's throat, Bo Kid said stop, because Ellie told her she was pregnant, and
she has to be down there.
She stopped. She said, if I ever see you again, I'm going to kill you. Ellie's choking on her own blood from getting her ass kicked. Dina is got an arrow in her shoulder from Bo Boy. And then the scene ends, and it's 1 year later, and I'm on the farmhouse with Dina. Baby's born. Everything's happy. But I can't stop thinking about Joel. I can't stop thinking about Abby. I get information from who I thought was dead, which is Tommy. Tommy comes, he's got a bum leg because he got shot in the leg, and he's got a big fucking scar on his face from the bullet wound. He didn't get shot like shot head. You know, he got like grazed in the head. So he's still alive, which is crazy. And he told me that they heard of a buff girl in California, followed the lead, and here I am. I played as Abby for a little bit of time, and I found a Firefly base, and I went to go hook up with my Firefly buddies, and then some big beefy dude just freaking straight up donked me, and then I started as Abby or Ellie. At this point, I wouldn't expect the plot to save her forever. No joke. You met Tommy? I mean, I don't expect the plot to save him forever either. Whoever lives because that's the way the developers wanted it, not because they need to keep somebody alive because main character. You know what I mean? I do not expect anybody to survive simply because main character or or main type character. You know what I mean? So just do not expect anything. Do not you know, assume, because they've already just so unceremoniously taken out so many people in this game, you know? Yeah, there is no plot armor. Exactly. There's only plot armor long enough to have a meaningful story. Like, let's say, for instance, Ellie is on the chopping block. If she were to go super early, you know, like, you don't have a game anymore, right? So I don't expect them to hold back. You know, just I'm not gonna say who I think is going to die, or I think what's gonna happen. But my prediction leading up to the most immediate story development is that I'm going to find Abby kidnapped as Ellie, and I'm going to rescue her. And I'm going to be driven by revenge to get the kill myself at first, but something might develop. That doesn't mean either are going to live through the end of the game. I don't know. But I will say that's my prediction, is that Ellie is going to rescue Abby and then feel torn at that point because they're going to have to escape the camp together. And they're going to have to trust one another. That's my prediction, because honestly it's the only way for redemption to ever happen. But at the same time, I don't expect redemption. Well, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. That's not like you to fail like that. Oh, she can't hold herself up because she got stabbed by the tree. So her muscles hurt. That's a hell of a stab wound.
Abby. I found you. I found you.
See? We got a live one.
This bitch is fucked up. We'd be lucky if she lasts a month. Can we please just say we're done for the day?
Yeah. Yeah, get that thing down. Let's reset the traps.
Really, man? I mean, is she even worth the trip back? It's not like...
Hey, get you?
No. I'm good. Something funny?
Looks like you shit your pants.
Fuck you say?
Oh, bitch.
Oh, you like funny, huh? Get up.
Come on.
Get up.
We don't need
No,
this.
man, she's fucked up anyway, man. Come on. No, it's funny, right? It's funny.
Serious?
Come on. Laugh.
Oh, fuck yeah! Fucking get him, Ellie!
Wait. You said Abby. You're looking for an Abby, right? We picked one up a couple months ago.
Yeah, sure.
No, big girl. Blonde. Arms like mine.
Yeah.
She had a scrawny kid with cuts by his mouth. Yeah, that's her. You let me go. I'll tell you where she is.
Yeah, tell me where she is, and then I'll make your death quick.
Fix her before that infection takes over.
Talk.
She's in a holding cell at our camp.
Where's that?
Head that way till you hit the railroad track. That'll lead you to a resort. We keep them in the tall, round building.
One more thing. I'm immune. Blap.
I swear.
I appreciate what she did there. She didn't try to brag about how immune she was, because who knows who's listening. She knows not to say anything. High caliber.
Traxter Resort. Tall round building. tracks to resort. Tall, round building.
I'm surprised she doesn't stop to bind herself. Oh, she did. Fucking what a boss.
Fuck.
We'll go back.
Is that a gun? He's got a gun! Go back! God damn it.
Shit. All right.
Fuck did he get a gun? Tell the others to search the area.
Oh, hell
Make sure
yeah!
He's the only one that got out. And watch out for infected.
Oh, hell yeah!
I find out anyone helped him. They're going in the fucking pool.
Oh no, not doggos again! Don't make me kill
He's acting up
doggos!
for a while. This is the third this month.
Hey, KK, thank you for the 250 bits, dude!
People on the gate need to do their fucking jobs. Go look around. I want to know he was alone.
Knock that dude's hat clean off. I love it. Silent submachine gun, dude. What a badass.
Okay. Where are the others?
Miss playing as Ellie? I mean, a little bit. I like Ellie's kit better. She's more about stealth. That's the flare, the what's it called when you have like a a gun isn't perfectly accurate? It can vary in where it's going to shoot. It's not muzzle flare, that's like the lighting. What is it called? It's like spread or something like that. Yeah, the spread. Spread is too wild on a weapon like this, so I'd have to be pretty close. But I'm gonna have to shoot him with a bow or a gun because the doggo. Yep.
Next.
Damn it. Okay.
I love how all the NPCs kind of just like have to psych themselves up, you know, to investigate or whatever. Every time they know something's up, they have to like psych themselves up, like okay, I can do this, you know.
Big group. I better find her before these idiots kill her.
Sorry, pupper. The reason it's harder to kill animals, I'll tell you why. It's like, oh, people's lives value are more, you know? That's the thing. People should be smart enough to make that choice, you know? People have like consciousness and free will and self-awareness, and because of that, they make the choice, you know, to be violent or not violent. And that's the difference right there. Pupper doesn't fucking care about your agenda, you know? Pupper just wants pets and loves and food and snacks, you know, and to throw the squishy back and forth. That's it. And that's it. That's the problem. Is like people train Pupper to kill, and it feels bad because he didn't deserve it. Don't say that. Don't fucking say that, even as a joke. Thank you, Automod. You want Loves, Pets, and Snacks? It's the dream, yeah. I think that's the dream. I got this freaking song stuck in my head and I don't know why. Been there for a while. Yeah, I can heal myself. Hello? But yeah, we talked about that the last time we had to kill puppers. You know, like how it's not the pupper's fault. They're trained that way. I mean, dogs are good animals to train for combat. Like, it makes sense. I understand it. It's not the first time animals have been used for war. You know, like horses are very common as well. I get it. You know, they can sniff them out, whatever. It's just, it's just unfortunate. Puppers don't give a damn. I think I explored everything in here. It's kind of a lots of hallways and small rooms kind of thing. It looks like it. I like this actually. You know, this is I think the first building that I've ever seen that actually is spored up but doesn't have infected in it. Cause like there would definitely be buildings that they cleaned out or whatever, you know? Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm gonna get another set of NPCs right here. That's why I didn't explore past this point. That are infected. There seems to be more infected wandering the streets. And it makes sense because it's not like a big city. You don't have like tall buildings. You have, you know, villas and one-story buildings and two-story buildings and stuff. don't remember where I read that, but cats are smart enough to understand human talks. They just don't care about and ignore us. They're just very independent. They're very much about themselves, you know. Cats very much love, you know, their caretakers. Cats very much have affinity and care towards, you know, who gives them food and who pets them and whatever. They care a little less about, you know.
We got a big one! There!
Fuck! Whoa, I didn't see you over there. Alright, I'm just gonna restart this one. I didn't even see those two over there. I came around like this, didn't even see them. Is that a helmet? Oh shit!
Al! We're under attack! Whoa. We got a live one! Over there!
Cats actually perceive us as like bad hunters or like not very good at what we do kind of thing. You ever have like an outdoor cat like bring a dead bird to your doorstep? Because they think you're bad at hunting, so they're helping you out, like, this freaking idiot, you know, kind of thing. Alright, I think I want to loop around from the left here. That right side looks pretty mean, and I think if I approached it from the perpendicular, it would be a better bet. I also want to say that I really love the stealth detection mechanic. How it, like, you get this, like, period of time based on the distance you are from the enemy before they detect you, because it's hard to see every tiny little detail of every person's path all the time. And giving you a little bit of a heads up mechanically is nice. It's just a nice little, like, it's a game. Let me have fun.
Right.
Doesn't make it easy, you know, there's still like this little puzzle you have to solve and the game is balanced around it, but it just doesn't like rob you of every little stealth option you take just because like, oh, they caught a glimpse of your, you know, lapel or something in a bush.
It's Pete!
What's going on?
He's...
Angie? Hello? Come on, answer me.
Shit, what the hell? I shot him right in the head.
Hey! Get in that shop! Think it came from back there!
Don't.
I love it when NPCs jump over the threshold right into my arms. But this one didn't. Feels bad. Just you? Just you.
Quiet. others. Oh, fuck. My side. Okay. Try to do this one. Not dying today. Too fucking close.
I mean, are you willing to die once Abby is dead? Like, is that really what you want? Like, yeah, just getting revenge and then I can die. Like, what about everything that you wanted to do prior to Joel dying, you know? Just fuck all that, doesn't matter anymore. You're playing Witcher 3, it has been loading after a side quest for a minute now. Whew. That's a long load. I don't know about that, Chrono Kid. It's like she wants to die, you know? It's like she wants to kill Abby and then die. That's what it feels like. She has a death wish. Like, she might even feel that she's on borrowed time, you know, because of her immunity. She should have been dead years ago. Whoops. Even the way she says it, like, I can't die today, you know? It just, I don't know, it just feels not good. That feels like point of no return. Let's take a look around here. Frick. Journal entry. Scars, wolves, fireflies. Fuck all these groups. I mean, I get it, you know, like, you want to make a group to feel safe or whatever in this crazy world, but if your rule involves, like, tyranny and killing everybody else, like, then is it really much of a Oh, exactly, Chrono Kid, exactly. It's almost like they have you kill so many people on purpose, you know? Or at least give you the option to kill everybody so on purpose.
Shit.
Let's move!
Oh, God. That looks like a tall, round building. How do I get in there?
Through the front door, Ellie. Jeez. For as capable as you are. Oh, this doesn't look good. Hey Rattlers, it's McKizzy. I'm out. Free. My husband died picking your fucking tomatoes. We aren't some lonely stragglers. I will be back with others. Your time is coming. Doesn't look like it.
Hello.
Nice touch with her holding her side still. She still feels that pain.
Come on, you can do it. Just a little closer, buddy.
Dude, leave him alone. He can't feel anything.
Fuck that. I promised him I'd do this to him. Bet you wish you didn't try to escape now, don't you, Anthony?
Well, these seem like nice, fine, upstanding folk. I miss Seattle. Yeah, you know, nobody turned the misbehaviors into infected in Seattle. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is actual slavery and really messed up, turning them into infected kind of stuff. Alright, there's got to be a way up there. I think I want to kill the person down here first. Whoops. Oh. Yeah, I wanted that. That's a lot. Oh, fuck.
Right there.
Okay. Hello. Am I gonna have to kill you first? Hmm. Wait, is he off there? Wait, did I get a checkpoint after killing that dude? Okay. I did. I got a checkpoint instantly after killing that dude. Alright, fine. I'll take it. I'll freaking take it.
Mika! You're done!
Black. Black. I'm glad I found this restart checkpoint option though.
Mika!
That was a badass shot. That was a badass shot. That was a freaking. That was an amazing shot. I'm just gonna pat myself on the back for that one. Oh man. Do I get any retrieves? Oh, both my arrows broke. I'm gonna leave the infected alive. Oh, I bet I could, oh my god, I bet I could have broken his chain and set him free. And that would have caused chaos. That's probably what the game even intends for you to do. That might have, like, because, you know. You know, a little bit of poetic justice. Yep. I think he's the last thing alive, though. Sorry, buddy.
That it? These
So-
are some sick fucks.
That was, I wish I had thought about that beforehand, because that would have been fun. Watching them get bitten by the one that they forced into it, you know. Nice, like I said, poetic justice. But I didn't think about it until the end. I was so caught up in the stealth puzzle, you know. If I hadn't gotten the freebie with the checkpoint, that's probably what I would have like eventually drawn myself to after failing multiple times. But because I kind of got a cheap win there, you know. I feel the cheap win is forgiven by that badass shot though, the double bow shot. So I may have gotten a cheap like checkpoint, but I redeemed myself with that sweet arrow shot. I don't know why I made that. That's a weapon repair thing, not a whatever. it's whatever. As long as I don't get a Tommy trying to snipe us and making me burn all my resources again. That sniping section was by far my least favorite part of the entire game so far.
Okay.
What's SMG ammo do I have? 53. That's potentially, well, they shoot in a two round burst. So it's only a potential of 26 stealth kills. But, yeah. I can light up some people. I am not afraid of an all-out war right now. jumping all in here before she even.
It's all around building. There it is.
I'd at least peek, you know, before.
Fuck all these assholes.
Dude, that's messed up. And a little scary to just like keep infected chilling. There might be a way around up there to kill that guy, but kind of want to release. Kind of want to release him.
Infected got loose!
Watch the infected!
Watch the infected!
Yikes.
Watch the infected!
I love it. Oh. There's one down. Uh-oh. Whoops.
Stray! We got a stray! Get out there! God damn it!
Where the hell? Ah. I don't know how she saw me from like way down there, but whatever. Oh, that's a long checkpoint to go. Ooh. I didn't even know where I was. I don't know how, like, I don't know. It felt awkward to me. How they saw me or anything like that. I'm like way down in the corner. They're focused on shooting the infected. Like, whatever. We'll do it again. Watching them scream in terror as they get their just desserts is reward itself.
Infected got loose! Shit!
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get those clickers out now.
Watch the infected!
They're all up in there now.
Straight! We got
Ah! I also had it under control, and then that person just appeared out of nowhere. The one that spotted me. The only thing I don't like about the mechanics of the game is when you get spotted, they just almost always instantly know exactly where you're at and just immediately turn their attention on you regardless of what's going on. It could be like wolves versus scars.
infected got loose! Shit!
And they find you out. One of them finds you out. Let's say the scars find you out, and then both scars and wolves are up your ass instantaneously. All of them, you know? It's like they forgot everything else that's going on and just want to kill you for whatever reason.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get this. Don't worry, Ellie.
Infected got loose! Shit!
They're always running. She's always running that way now. That's bad. I don't stop. Whatever. We'll go around the other way. Wait. What the fuck? What? Like, the infected's over there by the pool, and then 3 of them run the opposite direction to come at me. Okay, sure. Well, get out of there.
Infected got loose! Shit!
So much RNG! So random! Like, randomly, they find me out. Randomly, he turns around. Randomly, the infected goes up my asshole. Randomly, it goes the one. Just, come on. I want to do this, damn it! I want to do it my way. I want to do it my way. I had it the first try. I had it the first time. And then it just got weird spotting, and I'm just like, whatever. I missed all the RNG and speed runs. Yeah, had to get it in these games now.
Infected got loose! Shit!
Okay, I think she ran out that way this time. Oh, she's right in the pool. Is it dead already? Seriously? Come on! What the? Oh.
Stop messing around.
Man, there's a lot in there. Oh shit.
Don't like this.
Hey, buddy.
Pete! Check on him. It's Pete! Someone to Jane! Right over here!
I don't understand what is going on. None of this is making sense to how any of the things worked before. Like, they didn't see me, nothing's going on, and then 5 of them, like, fucking choke down my throat all at once. I don't get it. This little setup is just bugging me, and I want to figure it out. I'm gonna freaking do it my way, damn it! If it takes me 50 tries, I'll do it. But nothing seems to be operated the way that I'm used to the game working. It feels like all the mechanics are different in terms of like how NPCs detect and everything. Like there's no reason they should have all been down my throat there. They didn't see me kill that guy, you know? So I don't know, it's just weird.
Infected got loose! Shit!
I hate how random that is, man. Why did blood splatter on me? Oh, fuck.
Bye.
What the?
It's Pete!
What? Why didn't it let go? The arrow didn't let go. The arrow didn't let go. What the?
Fuck.
Mateo?
Oh! Fucking ambush! I think it came from back there.
Oh shit! Come on over here, buddy. It's safe, I promise. I lied.
Quiet.
Psychic Rattler wants to battle you. Da 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 da. I thought I saw somebody down there. It's just the 2 rattlers? And then we got the ones perched up there. Not rattlers, clickers. Man. Didn't last very long, did you?
Watch the infected!
Get him! Excellent. There's 2 down. I love it. They're going on a rampage. The terror that just 2 clickers can cause in an organized group of soldiers. What? You jumped in the wrong spot. Oh, I love this too, Undying. I'm digging it. Finally, a freaking went the way I wanted it to. They're just going to town. I love it. I think they're both still up too. Let's go over here. This lone little person seems to be hiding away. You're not gonna get away from it. They're just going. They're in there, man. They've taken care of everybody. They're doing their thing. I'm gonna look around. Not smart place to put target practice, unless, yeah, period, because there's like actual people walking back and forth through here, and your target practice is in front of that. Oh boy, these guys are real smart, real smart. That feel when you do stealth stuff and all the resources get wasted. Feels good, man. Makes me want to play on a harder difficulty because resources are more scarce. Stealth combat is more required in the harder difficulties. Yep, holding an infected captive was definitely not smart. Oh shit. Why did they say they got us? They found me. There's nobody able to detect that. We got another one holding up there in that spot that I killed the one. Oh shit.
I found her! In here!
He was facing the other way.
Shit.
Didn't expect that. I thought the NPC would hide in the same fashion. Okay. 2 left. Hey, it's her again! I'll find my way up to you, don't worry. We'll be best friends, I promise. This guy's got wrecked by the clickers. Oh, what the hell? Weird. It's like they're part of the environment. That's awkward. Bug.
Found her! Down there!
Well, that was fun. Didn't do a full stealth segment. That's fine. That's fine. I just wanted the clickers to run amok. That's all I wanted. I got that. Damn it! I got what I wanted. I wonder if they're they're still part of the. They're still like they have collision. So I think what happened is these guys died off screen. So like when the game was how do I explain this? At this point the game is like more like not visually representing what's going on here because I'm too far away or I'm not facing the screen or something like that. So they probably because they died like in such a weird way, they probably like the game didn't register to take collision away from them, so they still have collision even though they're corpses, which is really weird. Just another one of those little mini bugs that I keep finding in the game that don't really matter that much. They're not like huge game-breaking bugs, but it's kind of just like, all right, that needs to be patched out eventually, you know? The game is an absolute ridiculous, amazing, awesome game. Those tiny little bugs are almost expected, to be perfectly honest. Jenny's sending along some extra beef, grapefruit, and potatoes I just got. They've been impressed with how many strays I've captured and wanted to reward me. We're seeing the best crop we've had since we settled here. Please make sure my mom gets fatty cuts. She looked too skinny last time I saw her, Pat. Yeah, exactly what Tigress said. She's very right. When things happen outside of a certain range, like they tend to have a higher chance of like kind of bugging out or something because it's not being represented with the game mechanics itself. It's being represented more as like a computer simulation. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's not like the game isn't like rendering it out and acting it out. It's just like my computations say this will happen. You know. Because it's not being represented in the game itself, if that makes sense. And oh, this is how I would have gotten up here. No, never mind. This is still, that's not connected from down there. So that kind of thing happening, like that kind of bugginess happening when it's off screen or really, really far away, makes sense. It's normal. It's not a big deal. But, you know, those things can be polished out later on. Small patches and stuff. They're not game breaking unless they block you from accessing certain areas. And in fact, they might have even known about it, which is why I could jump across him. The game let me jump across him. So the game might have, the developers might have known that that was an issue and gave you that option to jump over them as a sort of band-aid until they could fix it. Because just like the arrow floating.
What happened? I don't know. It's gotta be a fucking stray.
Just like the arrows floating from the wall.
The tower.
It's probably just not worth the 2-3 weeks or whatever of time that would take to fix it. People have this misrepresentation of like of video game design and think that just like, oh, just fix it, it's that easy kind of thing. And it's like, no, it's not that easy to just fix it. It's hard, it's more complicated than that. Programming is not just fix the right 0 and the right 1 or whatever. You know, like one little tiny bug fix can result in dozens of other unrelated problems just because that's how programming works. And not only that, but trying to spool through millions and millions and millions of lines of code to find one anomaly. I mean, what does the anomaly even look like? Do you know? No, of course not, you know? It could be a simple like parameter fix. It very well could just be fixing parameters, you know, which is just like how objects interact and what kind of movement they do, blah 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 blah. But it also take a lot of testing on top of that. So I mean, it's never that simple. And if they estimate a fix takes too long, they'll just holy sh.
Might be someone here.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Go check.
Yeah, on it. Todd? On me. Let's go.
I got you covered.
I'm so bummed. There's so many of them. Holy crap.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
What's going on?
Yeah, no. Why is this asshole coming all the way out towards me now? Again.
Movement. I'll see what's up.
Go. I'll watch your back.
Will you now?
What you got? We're good.
Oh my god!
Todd?
It's Todd! He's dead! Come on, spread out! How'd they get past us?
I got movement. I'm up. Got a live one!
Ugh. There's so many. The fuck, dude? And what pisses me off is that one dude
The hell?
was totally going through that door last time, and then when I freaking reloaded, now he's coming at this door. It's just like, come on.
Whoa!
Yep, there he is. Same dude. I want to go all the way back here now. Don't decide you want to go out this door this time. Oh my god, he is, isn't he? Okay. Nope, he's gonna decide to go to this door now. Dude. That's messed up.
Hey! Ambush! Ambush! It came from over there!
This is crazy. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this without like all-out war. Let's try to sneak around the back. Because they all just seem to be watching everyone's back. Everybody's got their back watched. So maybe if I go to the back of the line here, I'll stop that.
I saw someone. I'll go check it out.
Just watch yourself. You got anything?
I think we're good.
Of course there's 3 of them in here when I'm in here.
Quiet.
What do we got, guys?
I don't see anything. You have anything?
Nothing over here.
If I tried not getting spotted, yeah, it didn't work out too well. I hate this spot because it's so visible. There's 3 openings. There's not a really good hiding spots.
I saw some.
And there you go. Just like that. More than one come at a door at any given time, and GG. That's it. I can't get behind him there.
We're under attack!
God! Ambush! It came from over there, quick!
Come on, hurry up before somebody else comes over here.
Run away!
I jumped the gun on
Let him
that.
go!
God. I want to do this stealthy. Son of a bitch. There's like 20 dudes. This is by far the hardest stealth segments ever so far in this game.
attack! Think it came from over there!
You see anything?
No, nothing.
Turn around, turn around, turn around. Fucking good. Just why would he not turn around to look at the rest of the fucking room? Come on. I'm just gonna look at this one corner only and not try to actually search the room. Ugh. All he had to do was turn around and search the other side. It would have been fine. You literally cannot do this without getting caught in some way. That didn't hit anything? There was two of them right there. You know, I never really tested how bombs work with like detection. So I mean, now we're going to find out.
I think I saw someone. Pete, scope it out.
Run away! Here, here! Move on!
Hello? Fucking gotta be kidding me. Looked right at me and didn't go in the door that they saw me through. All right, sure, sure. Nothing is working out the way that it should. It's like they're smart AI or something. It's so stupid. It's annoying me. Okay, now we're talking a little bit.
Strike! Got a strike!
What?
Over here!
From what? There was no marker on me!
Forward! Watch out! Holy shit! Molotov! I got her! On the table!
Oh, rebel. I like this start. This is okay. I'm okay with that. Give me a break! Why can I not do this? What the fuck? I'm so annoyed. He walked differently this time. Okay. Game was like, oh, I saw you were... The game's doing this on purpose. It's fucking doing it on purpose. It took what I was doing, and it's just like, I'm gonna give you different NPC movement now so you can't do the same strategy anymore. It's doing it on purpose. this is starting to get annoying to me. It feels like there's no opening that I can take whatsoever. Everybody has everybody's back watched every second of the time. That was my fault. Just trying to do different things, you know, just trying to do something different. The game just won't let me.
What the hell? We're under attack! What? Todd!
How?
From that way!
How? Everybody was pointed in the other direction! What the fuck? Everybody was pointed in the other direction looking at the fire! What the fuck? It's not obeying its own rules anymore. I'm so annoyed, dude. Everybody was pointed over here, and I stealth kill someone, and then they just know? The fuck? Hello? You don't just give me 50 hours of gameplay and then just fucking throw it all on its head and say, oh yeah, everybody acts differently now. Like, I get, like, harder AI, you know, like, better detection and stuff, you know, harder, like, pathing and stuff, but this is not okay. It's just completely changing everything about how the game works. No. Everybody was faced the other way. I stealth killed him in one shot. They should not have detected that.
Ambush! Ambush!
Okay, I can work with this. I can work with this. Of course. I did not want to do that. Shit. Oh, did I finally freaking do it? Holy shit, man. I think I would have done it a lot sooner if it wasn't for like the slightly changing mechanics. But I think we're good now. I think there's only like 2 left. I see 2.
Pete?
Pete is meat.
Fucking dead! Shut it! You're searching! We need to stop this now!
Yeah.
Mateo? Everything all right?
Except for the arrow in his head, lol.
The hell?
All right. Nothing beats Pete's meat. Wow, except for Pete, maybe. All right, Good job, Ellie. You did it. Murdered all these poor saps. I just want to know what the hell that was all about, like why the frickin' heck things weren't working the same way as I'm used to them working, you know? Like, everybody facing away, stealth kill a guy, and then they just instantly know? That bothers me so much, you know? That bugs me. Like, why did that happen, you know? Obviously don't tell me, because that's backseating, but, you know, like, I'm still curious. I gotta figure out what that is. I'm sure people in the spoiler channel are going nuts. Laughing at me, so you know. But that wasn't full detection, and that's all I care about is full detection, unless it's like 1 or 2 left. They have a neural network. They communicate telepathically, so when one gets silenced, they just know. We laugh at you here too. I mean, that's true. That's true. I would expect no less. Is this like some rich producer's house, or is it just like a structure of some kind? I wonder. The only thing that bothers me about this game, and I understand why, because it's like telling you point of no return and stuff like that, is the complete like lack of looking before you leap, I guess. You know, you just hop a fence, you just hop a wall, you just jump into a door and lock it without even like considering whether or not there might be someone in here. That kind of thing. Or leaping before you look, rather, as opposed to look before you leap. And I understand, like, from a game perspective, it's like saying, okay, you know, point of no return, or, you know, this is the next area of the game kind of thing.
Kill her! Bitch! I got the key!
I locked the door.
Holy shit.
All right, come on, let's go.
Hey, where's Abby?
She's bit.
Keep back.
Hey, don't put that fucking thing in me!
Hey! Abby tried to escape. She's down in the pillars.
The pillars?
Head down to the beach. You won't miss it. She's probably already dead. Come on!
Shit. It's nighttime now. Did you notice how the sun's been going down? Love it.
Where are you?
Didn't expect that little twist of them purposely getting people bit, you know. Kind of a stupid idea to put all the guns next to the prisoners, you know? Jeez.
Head to the beach.
I mean, we've already determined that the Rattlers are pretty damn dumb. Arrogant, foolish. Ellie's really hurting. Really freaking hurting. Oh, jeez.
Holy. Abby?
That's just messed. Can she not even climb that? Oh.
Please. It's you.
Holy shit.
Abby. I got you. I got you. They're both this way.
But they said they were bitten. Don't answer it now. I mean, it feels like Abby would be the person that's like, if she was bitten, she would just be accepted her fate and say, "Don't, it's too late for me, just move on, I'm bitten," kind of thing.
I can't let you leave.
Come on.
I'm not doing this. No. I'm not gonna fight you. Yes, you will. He's not a part of this. You made him a part of this. Okay. Okay.
I hate having to do this. The fact that they put this, like, they build up this character for Abby, they build up this character for Ellie, and then they make you fight each other all the time. Like, I don't want to push these buttons. I really don't. But it's like, it's the only way to get through the game. You're forced to do it. You know, I mean, you could choose not to play the game, but, you know, what would be the point in that, you know?
Go. Just take him.
Oh shit. And here I am, back home. Who else thinks Abby and Ellie would be great friends under different circumstances? Which is the stupidest part of violence, you know? What do you fight for? Differences? Different alliances, allegiances, or groups, or tribe, or whatever the hell, just 'cause? You know, when it's like you get to know these people, they're just like you and your friends, and it's just stupid. It's just stupid. And of course she went back. She couldn't live out here by herself. She had to go back. She had to go back. She couldn't do it alone. What'd you expect, Ellie? really clean this place out. They must have had a lot of people come by and pick things up to take across. Not like you can hire a moving van or anything. I mean, I guess they could have, if there's a road still, but unlikely. It's almost like she left the linens out for me, you know? Left the linens and a pillow out for me, just in case I come back. That would very much be like Dina. And all my stuff is still here, of course. Packed away, of course. One of the strings is loose. You can see it vibrating a whole bunch. I think it's the G string. And the bottom one too.
Hey.
Oh right, yeah, she's missing fingers to strum the bottom strings.
What are you
Yeah.
drinking?
I didn't even think about that.
Coffee.
I wasn't looking at that. See, as a player, I'm looking at the
Where'd you
little
get that?
prompt.
Those people that came through last week.
Oh.
A little embarrassed as to what I had to trade to get it, but it's not bad.
I had Seth under control.
Yeah, I know.
And you need to stop harassing Jesse about my patrols.
Okay. Dina. Is she your girlfriend?
No. No, that was just one kiss. It doesn't mean anything. She just, I don't know why she did that.
But you do like her.
So stupid.
Look, I have no idea what that girl's intentions are, but I do know that she would be lucky to have you.
You're such an asshole.
I'm not trying to.
I was supposed to die in that hospital. My life would have fucking mattered. But you took that from me.
Somehow the Lord gave me a second chance at that moment. I would do it all over again.
Yeah. I don't think I can ever forgive you for that.
Joel's the type of guy that can take that. He'll accept it.
But I would
Live
like
with
to
it.
try.
I like that.
Okay. I'll see you around.
Yep.
Wait. Oh. God damn. Oh. You can't convince you the story is good? Oh my god. Well, we'll see about that. What an absolutely fantastic game. We're gonna review this, by the way, y'all. We're gonna give a full review. Wow. But we'll wait for credits first. I'd like to hear what you guys think when we're giving the review on each of the scores that we give it. But we'll go over everything. We'll go over everything in great detail. We'll talk about it. But I can tell you it's gonna be pretty dang good because I thought this game was very up there, and we'll talk about exactly how I feel, and we'll hear what you guys have to say about it. while we give the review. Did I miss Jessica's resub for 44 months? I'm sorry, Jess, if I missed that a couple hours ago. I do not remember thanking you for it, but thank you for the 44 months, Jess. I am sorry, but yeah, I've been engrossed in this. So far, I can tell you that I disagree with almost everything in chat right now. But we'll go over it. Out of order, have you never seen a Quentin Tarantino film? Sometimes telling the future before you tell the past gives more value to the future and how the story is told. Yeah, I have some big disagrees in chat right now. Well, again, let's wait for credits. Let's wait for credits before I so I can talk about it. There's a difference between giving you choices and having multiple options and multiple stories unfold, and forcing you to execute their narrative. Both have value. I can understand why people wouldn't like the story, though, because they want it to go differently, and they're forced to execute their story not the way they want it. They want a choice, like with what's the girl in the hospital, you know? Like, they didn't want to have to swing the pipe. I didn't want to, but, you know, that's the way the story goes, and they're gonna make you push that button, which is hard to do. Nora, yeah. Well, that's just one part of it, Kuja. I'm not talking about why you didn't like the story, but we'll talk about it. We'll go over it. Stories later. We'll get to it. Just let's wait until we get to the review. We'll talk about it. Don't worry. Also, we're gonna be picking up Xenoblade Chronicles for the remainder of tonight, by the way. Xenoblade Chronicles will be filling the rest of tonight's stream. That's true, Chrono Kid. If you offer multiple options in storylines, the game itself becomes shorter because the development time is spent on alternative choices versus the path that you take. I love the fight versus Ellie, how they incorporated her skill set into the fight. That was rad. I came in time just to see what happens. Almost. Almost. We're gonna give a full review, Chillman, and then we're gonna hit up Xenoblade Chronicles for the remainder of the night. You think options there would have helped? I don't know. See, the thing about multiple endings is it also prevents them from telling a narrative that would enable a sequel potential, you know? Can you give you a rundown of the end? I'm not sure how much of this you've watched from like YouTube or Lurkin or whatever, but basically I tracked down Abby all the way to California. She was strung up to die by some bullshit group down there, and I set her free and I tried to let her go, but she couldn't, and then we had this crazy battle of near death in the water until I almost killed her and then let her go with Lev. So everybody lived. Well, Ellie, Abby, and Lev lived. But I'm not positive if Abby died or not, because I thought it said the prisoner said that she's been bitten and that she's probably already dead, but I don't know how true that is. Maybe I misheard, so I'm not sure. I mean, the game wouldn't do this whole set me free thing. They wouldn't do this whole I set her free thing if she'd been bitten, so I don't think that's what they said. Dina lived as well. Oh, the prisoner said Ellie was bitten. Oh. Pfft. Yeah, Ellie's mute, lol. When she used the radio to contact Center Barbara, was actually the guy outside who captured her? It sounded like his voice. Maybe. Could be. It could have been bait. Yeah. Could have been where the other went. It's very possible. Okay, so I misread that scene. Alright, cool. That's fine. Hours to days. No, that's not how it works, Clid. That's not how it works. She can't infect people that way. She's not like a walking plague or anything. Yeah, it's hard to say, Aaron.
I'm just a poor, wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. There is no sickness, no toil, nor danger.
Xenoblade Chronicles, Jobin, for tonight. We're pretty mid-game-ish, sort of.
I go. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet
we're doing all the side questing, so we're certainly like higher level, but we're going legit style.
Over Jordan, I'm just a going over home.
I mostly want to make sure I'm higher level because I'm not using Charla, so it's gonna be harder.
I know dark clouds will gather around me. I know my way is rough and steep, but beauteous fields lie just before me, where God's redeemed their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home.
I'll soon be free from earthly trial. This body red in the old churchyard. I'll drop this cross
I don't think that's the minority, Aaron.
of self-denial and go singing home to God. I'm going there.
Yeah, Wonderlands, 35 months of Twitch
See?
Prime. Thank you.
I'm going
You know why it's
there.
divided? Because of
No
hate.
more
That's
to
the only reason. People were ready to hate this game before it came out because of LGBT content.
over
That's the reason.
Jordan.
That's the reason why it's in sub-only mode. That's the reason why it was so crazy. You don't agree with that? Well, it must be nice to be ignorant of the world. Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Over Jordan.
Like, it's well documented, the reason. That's why people were going from channel to channel spoiling everything before the game came out. Or trying to spoil everything, whatever.
I'm just
No. Here's the thing. There's a large group of people that may not like it, just for not liking it. But the thing is it's being multiplied by this hate group. So a huge chunk of the people that, quote, don't like it are just haters because they're racist and sexist and homophobic and everything. So it's kind of hard to get an accurate depiction of what the division is. New Game Plus unlocked. Play through the game again with all of your upgrades and equipment obtained from a previous playthrough. Nice. I like the new, what I had to do. Damn, man. I love the new screen here, where it's like, you know, they got out of there. Their boat is now on shore, and they're alive. They're doing their thing. Yeah, I know, and we're gonna go over that, Kuja. I'm gonna talk about that now. We're gonna talk about why the story is the way it is. Give me a minute. Move you guys over here, and we'll do this for music. Review time! It's from Valhalla. Review time! So, first off, what's our rating system? Our rating system is 5 is average. Meaning we're collecting data, and when you do that, you know, the center line is the middle, like an average game. This is the middle. The average of 0 and 10 is 5, obviously, so an average game is 5. Average visuals, 5. Audio, 5, so on and so forth. That means very bad games are rare, and very good games are also very rare. So, there you go. Average. When we talk about visuals, we talk about everything, not just graphical fidelity, but clutter, detail, maps, design, aesthetic, all that stuff coming together. Audio, same deal. Sound effects, sound design, music, voice acting, ear stuff. Gameplay could be as much as like talent systems as all the way to like moving on the field, and also combat. All those things have to do with using the controller. Just menus even can be part of gameplay. Story is all the things that have to do with story coming together, blah blah blah. Design is like how well structured the game is, how well like built it is as a product. So like game design or like structure, that kind of stuff. And then enjoyment is my personal subjective score, while I try to be as objective as possible over here. All right, personal games. Last game we played and rated was Albert Odyssey: Legend of Eldian. All right, The Last of Us Part 2. This is completed. Boop. PlayStation 4. Just PlayStation 4. This is what'd you call this? Survival horror? Or is it just action? Adventure? I actually don't know. I don't think it's survival horror, but yeah, I don't know what this is. I guess action adventure, yeah. We'll do that. Archibald, thank you for 49 months. And the release date, what's the exact release date? It's like June 22nd, I think. June 19th. All right, so visuals. I don't think this is any, like, no one's going to object to this. The actual graphical fidelity and visual design of this game was absolutely staggering. It is beyond anything I've ever seen in terms of ground clutter, detail, environment, texturing, like the way the world looks. It looks like a destroyed world. It just, like, everything is like a freaking... It's amazing. It's truly staggering. Character models, animations, level of different types of NPCs, new infected designs. Hell, that one like grotesque thing, there was only one of that. That's crazy, you know? It's an absolute 10. There's no argument. It's a 10. This is some of the best visuals in a video game I've ever seen. Hands down, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Nothing never have I seen such raw detail and just it's Horizon Zero Dawn all over again. So the audio is kind of one of those scores that's hard to rate because the game doesn't really have like an OST, but audio is more about sound design than it is about just having a good bumpin' OST. Like having like sound effects and an OST in the background does not make for necessarily good audio. Like how the sound design works is really important, and for this game, a game like this, you have to consider like the clickers and the immersive audio, like the the setting, the mood, the ambience, you know, the way it portrays audio to you. And at no point in this entire playthrough that I feel, oh yeah, oh, you know what? Let me take subscriber off. Let me take subscriber mode off. There you go. Everybody can talk now. Although I still think it's on follower mode for other reasons, but yeah. Freedom for the plebs! So yeah, everybody can talk now, just about. But, Abby eats a burrito in 4 bites. But yeah, just the way the audio was designed, the how do you explain this? The intensity that you get when you're sneaking around, you know, the little grass crumpling underneath you makes you like worried that you're gonna get caught or whatever. All the ways that stealth works and fails. Like my ears were treated 100% of the time. Now, because the audio does kind of lack an OST in a way, sometimes you don't really get a full like audio score, which isn't really a flaw, but it doesn't really like. There's still audio, like there's still an OST, there's still tracks to this game, and it's still very good, but it's not like this near perfect thing. So because the sound design is very good, it's not perfect, but it's damn good, and I'm going to give it a 9. Oh, that's the wrong window. Gameplay. I really love the gameplay of this game. I love the multiple options that you can take for stealthing versus combat, the different paths that you can take. Every map was really well done and designed. And now I see now why that last room was so hard, because it was the last room. You know, that's why it was hard. Because I thought I had like hours left of the game, because every time the game does this, it makes it feel like you're at the end of the game, and then it's like, just kidding, it's not the end of the game. And then you get to another part of the game and you think it's the end of the game, and it's like, nope. And then it drops you into a completely brand new area, totally unique everything's world building and design and everything, and you're thinking, okay, we got a lot of game left, holy shit, you know. And then boom, you're at the end, you know. And it's just like, what I mean, you can't complain, because I mean, they gave you 30 hours of gameplay. They just baited you the entire time. You never knew when the end was coming, ever. But I love all the different talents, builds. Dodging mechanic was super on point. However, it was a little bit frustrating from time to time. And there was a couple points where it was a little unintuitive, where like it was mostly the duel battles where you had to punch fight with Abby, where it's like you couldn't actually beat it, and you had to know beforehand how many times you needed to dodge. And you could go back in the playthrough if you watched. I died to those fights more time than any other part of the game. Those were a frustration because of how like you had to do exactly what the game wanted you to do. And you know, if you didn't know it was time to dodge 3 times before you punched, then you just died, you know. Oh, I'm sure, VG. So overall, I think the game is insanely well built in terms of combat. It's excellently done. Lots of options. You can go full on murder mode, or you can do stealth assassin, or you can just bypass everything. Everything can be bypassed. You could just run through it if you wanted to, if you knew where the destination was. You might take some hits, but I mean, you could just bolt it. It's crazy how you can just do whatever you want. I love it. And while that's amazing, there still is some slight flaws with the controls. Minor stuff that doesn't really affect the score too much, but it prevents it from being a 10, and so we're gonna give it a 9. All right, here we go. Story time. What everybody's been worried about or questioned about. Okay, first off, here's what I'm going to say about all the other streamers that are saying, "Oh, should have been done better." Blah blah blah. The world is a cruel, fucking brutal place. Okay. Though, like, people were complaining about how Joel died, like he didn't deserve that. And it's like, motherfucker, nobody gets to have this romantic death of, like, you know, floating up to the angels and everything's all happy and good. This is a bloody, visceral, gross, disgusting portrayal of reality. Because in war and violence and fighting, it's not glory. It's not glorified. It's dirty. It's filthy. You're talking and boom, you're dead. Like the way Jesse dies. He opens the door, boom, dead. He doesn't get some tragic, you know, let me tell you my life story as I slowly pass away bullshit like some RPG anime garbage trope. All right, this is like the reality, the gritty, dirty of life, and you don't get to have your pretty, fancy death, you know? Look, just because you don't sit well with torture or violent scenes, like, doesn't make it a bad storytelling. It makes it real. It makes it gritty. It's not a bad story because you didn't like how somebody suffered or died. It just means it didn't appeal to you. That's not what that means. That's not how you rate a story. You don't go, I didn't like it, it's bad. You go, I didn't like it, but, you know? Like, the way Joel died, like, think about what Joel did in the first game. He fucking murdered an entire people just because he didn't want Ellie to be experimented on. Just cuz. I mean, it was tragic and epic, but like, he murdered all of them. All of them. Did Joel deserve better? Not really. Joel kind of deserved to die like a dog. You know what I mean? He that was a death that was fitting to the things that he did. Joel, I love him. He's a fantastic character. He's well built over the first game, that growth that he has with Ellie. This had to happen that way. And not to mention, it's the only thing that would have given Ellie enough motivation to do what she did. And not just Ellie, but the player. What motive? If Abby came by and was like, gave Joel a stern talking to and then left, would Ellie have the motivation? Would you as a player have enough motivation to want to get revenge on Joel? No, of course not. He had to die. And the way it was so unceremonious, like you help Abby escape away from the Horde, and then immediately the tone shifts because they had their prey, and just boom, without even relenting, immediately shotgun to the leg, you know, like, oh, I know you, I'm here for you, you know, kind of thing. They didn't skimp on the tragedy of this game's story. They didn't try to handhold and let everybody live and be happy. Violence is bullshit, and this game portrays how horrible violence is very accurately. And if you don't have the stomach for that, that does not make it bad. It makes it excellent. The fact that you would like retch over this kind of thing, it means it does exactly what it planned to do, what it intended to do. And this whole like breaking the cycle of revenge, exactly like Iron Mog is saying, like the whole time the game forces you to do these tragic things. Like you go to hunt Abby, and then Abby finds you, and it's like, oh fuck, you know, like I'm gonna die. Like that's when Jesse dies, and you think Tommy's dead too. And then they make you play as Abby. The whole story of Abby, you build this character of Abby, you build this like towards her, and you start to like her. You think she's great. You're like, man, Abby is awesome. I love her. I do. I think Abby is a great character. She's playful. She's kind of rough, and she's kind of a tomboy, and she's got those guns. Holy shit, you know. But like, you start to like her and all her friends, and you start to feel bad about all the people that you killed as Ellie, because they were people. They had personalities, they had hopes and dreams, they had thoughts, they had feelings, and you were forced to relive that pain. Like, fuck. Especially when you killed, what's her name, that was pregnant? It's insane. They force this on you. They force this buildup of character, and then you're feeling bad about it. And on that final scene, I didn't like when you fought Ellie. I didn't want to fight Ellie. When you fought Abby, I didn't want to fight Abby. Like, both of those people had value in the story. They were built up. They had their family. Like, just like Ellie had Joel, Abby had her dad, and they built that up. And they saved the zebra. You know, you can feel that love between daughter and father, and then boom, he's dead. You know, just like because of Joel. And that's motivation for Abby, and that's motivation for Ellie. And the way it's done, the way it's portrayed, the way it forces you to fight these people that you don't want to hurt. Like, whether you don't like Abby or not, like, when you play as Abby having to fight Ellie, it's just as bad as when Ellie's fighting Abby. You know, you have to hurt her. You have to break her arm. You have to. If you want to see the rest of the story, you have to fight them. And making you do those button presses to advance the story that are cruel things, that are violent and brutal. It's like, it's hard to push those buttons. I can absolutely see somebody playing this game, and when they get to fighting Abby or Ellie, stopping, just say, I don't want to do this, and just dropping the controller and not playing. The way this game portrays the raw horror of violence and makes you feel bad for everybody, it has never been done this good. This is an absolute masterpiece of storytelling. 100%. 10. I don't know how to write this without spoileries. I mean, listen. I honestly cannot fathom how you guys don't understand this story. It's like, boo-hoo, Joel died, I'm sad, 0 out of 10. That's all I hear. That's all I see. The pacing was awful? No, the pacing was insanely good. They cliffhanger you at every important point to make you relive something, like the cliffhanger with Abby and Ellie in the theater. Oh man, so good. Every time like something happens and you get this, like, you're pulled back into like the thoughts of that character, why they feel that way. I loved all of the flashbacks. I loved all of the changing of pace to bring you into like a more knowledgeable segment of the game's storytelling. Like, when, especially the Abby Ellie moment in the theater, how it's like right before, and then boom, you're forced to go back and see why Abby feels this way, what she's seen, what she's done to get here, and all the motivations behind Abby. Yeah, I love how Ellie is not the hero of this story. That's another thing I love about the storytelling, is it's not some generic, Ellie's the hero, she does all the right things, she's perfect, and her motivation is great. No, Ellie's fucking bad in this game. Ellie takes it upon herself to travel halfway across the United States on foot to murder dozens of people just to get revenge on Joel. She does not have a justified motive. I mean, she does. It's arguably justifiable, but like, it's fucking bullshit. She goes all the way across the world to kill people, murder them in cold blood. And it makes you second guess everything that you do. I mean, like, you're just playing the game and you're just killing dudes, but then it's like you get to the point where you have to kill people that you know, or you hear about the stories of the people that you kill, or you have to kill doggos, or all this other shit, and it just feels cold and soulless. And not from a storytelling perspective, but Ellie's actions are cold and soulless, and it makes you feel bad about everything. Even just the regular combat is part of the storytelling, because every time you kill someone and they say, oh no, Billy's dead, like, he has a fucking name, and you're just like, oh, they give a face and a name and a story to almost every single character that you kill, which makes it feel so difficult to do it. And it's like you actually feel numb to everybody by the time you're at the end of the game. You're just like, oh, it's another person I have to kill. It's just another person I have to kill. If you don't feel bad about that, you might be a sociopath. You might be a sociopath if you didn't feel bad about killing the pregnant lady, you know, or Abby's boyfriend or whatever. Like, just how do you not feel bad about that? Or the dogs? I don't understand. Like, my hands were numb at some point. My hands were like, they didn't want to press the buttons because of how deeply the game connected with the player to tell this story, to bring this world to life and make it feel like Ellie was doing the wrong thing. Abby was a Joel clone? What? I'm reading your guys' replies, and I don't agree with any of them. Now, Manny, on the other hand, felt like a character that I wanted to get at, but you never got to get him. That was another thing I liked. Manny was the one that called Joel a puto and spit on his corpse, and that guy I wanted to kill. And even when you got his character built up, you know, it didn't feel like you still liked him. He was kind of a lech, you know, and everything like that. And, like, you didn't really care about him, but he still had his character, and he built up, and he still cared about Abby, and he still had, you know, this life there. He was the only character out of all the original 7 or 8 or whatever that I felt was irredeemable. But again, not everybody's going to be redeemable. Some of them were just there because they're jerks and they want revenge, you know? But then Manny just dies. He doesn't get some epic ending. He just, boom, shot through the eyeball, you're dead by, actually, what's his name? Tommy, you know? Like, I love how just immediate everyone's death is. There is no tragedy and let me tell you my life story before I die bullshit. It's just they're dead, because that's the reality of life like that. When people are violent, you know, not to mention when you're like riding the horse through the fire of the Seraphim Island and everything, and it's just bloody and violent and disgusting and horrible. Like every step of the horse's gallop, I was just like, God damn, like this is so tragic and sad. It's just senseless violence, and it makes you feel that all the time. That's why the story is a 10. As far as game design goes, same kind of feel. Like the way the pacing works, the way the story is portrayed, the way the game is built, combat systems that are versatile, talent systems that are versatile, builds that are versatile, maps that are versatile, doing the cliffhangers at just the right time, pulling you back to build characters. Does accessibility affect design? Yes, and thank you for reminding me, because I am lucky that I have, you know, near perfect vision, and I have both my arms with all my fingers and all that good stuff, so like I don't need accessibility options. But yes, how do you explain how Tommy was shot bleeding out and other 2 girls were laying on the ground bleeding out from Abby's attack in the theater? Wait, it was a year later. They could have holed up and rested and healed up. It cut away for a year. Like they could have easily lived through that. An arrow wound in the shoulder, like especially these people who are used to just taking a beating. Bleeding out takes a long time, dude. There's a reason why people live through those kinds of wounds. They had medical supplies, they had bandages, they had the know-how, the knowledge to bandage themselves up and heal. They're capable, they're sturdy, they're strong. Bleeding out takes a long time. The only thing that actually seems like slightly illogical is how many times I sliced up Abby and she supposedly made it. You know, that's literally the only thing that feels maybe a little out of place. But even then, slicing wounds that are only, you know, surface level cuts are easily healed. I think you underestimate how sturdy the body can be. Especially with the strong willpower that these people have. You will do what you need to do. You'll pull the arrow out, that kind of thing. Hey, Ray Mishu, thank you for the 16 months resub. GG, I'm beating it, yeah. It's such a fantastic game. Like, as long as vital organs aren't hitting, even then, sometimes you can live through that. And Tommy was kind of grazed on the head. He wasn't shot dead on. It wasn't a brain shot, you know? Like, it was grazed on the side of his head. And you saw the mark that he had. The game clearly did not care about offing characters. If it felt that it needed to off a character, the character would be dead. They didn't plot convenience anything. There was no lived by plot armor or anything throughout the entire game. Ever. Characters died, dropped like flies, and they held nothing back with that. The only characters that really lived were Tommy, Dina, Abby, Lev, and Ellie. Yeah, exactly what Chrono Kid said. The human body is resilient and fragile at the same time. Tommy was saved by plot so Ellie and Abby would meet at the end. I don't think so. I disagree with that too. They could have easily wrote a narrative that would allow Ellie to find out where Abby is some other way if Tommy died. Irrelevant. They could have completely changed that if they wanted to. They could have just been like, Ellie finds a clue conveniently, or Ellie's still out there looking for her and finds the traitor herself, you know? Like, they could have easily wrote that around that. They let Tommy live because they wanted Tommy to live as a character, for whatever reason. It's true. Yeah, absolutely. You make this mistake, Servo, of suggesting that because that Ellie was at that house not looking for Abby, that's the only way the story could be written. So many people do this. They go, oh, but Ellie was at this place doing this thing, so she couldn't possibly have been looking for Abby, or whatever the story is. Just because that's the way the story was written doesn't mean it couldn't have been written any other way. They could have just not done that and done any other thing to make it convenient for Ellie to find Abby. Any other thing. They could have fucking had Ellie drop out of a helicopter with tactical gear and, you know, had a tracking device on Abby and da-da-da-da-da-da, the end. Like, fucking God, dude. You think that just because one story is written at one point that it can't possibly have been changed to alter the narrative in any way, shape, or form. It's like, but Ellie was at their house. No, Ellie, it could have been written any other way for that interaction to continue, because Ellie could have just continued from Seattle right out of the theater, tracking Abby down the whole time, and, you know, Tommy and Dina just go, and they didn't have the nice little cabin in the field or whatever at all. They could have just ignored that whole part of it. They could have just not written that way. But they chose that way. I mean, you're wrong, but that's okay. All right, design. So yeah, as we talked about, the design I think is just fantastic. It just, all the way the game, the whole way the game designs its world and gives it to you, and the different storytellings that it gives you, the flashbacks, building characters, the way it forces you to do actions that are hard to do. I don't want to say it's 9. Story rating's never purely objective anyway. See, here's the thing. There is such a thing as a bad story. take Tales of Berseria, for example. That's a bad story because it's generic and lifeless and boring and not really deep. It's just generic anime stuff. That's objectively a bad story. This, in my opinion, I feel, and don't fucking get, you can't have an objective opinion. That's literally what objective means. Like, you can have an objective opinion and you can have a subjective opinion. That's how it works. In my objective opinion, I think the story is a masterpiece. I think it's objectively a masterpiece in storytelling. It's deep, rich, complex, and portrays and paints a world and characters that make it hard to do anything or accept anything, and gives life to everything around it. I love this game. 10. I think people were just so expecting happy endings and sunshine and rainbows, and they're not ready for real, visceral, hard to swallow, accept kinds of storytelling. This is exactly this type of story that I love to see because it's so rare to see. So many people are afraid to tell this kind of story because it's not all happy rainbow sunshines and everybody gets their epic 30-minute monologue when they're dying. It's so tired to do that. It's boring and it's not even realistic or anything. I love this doesn't hold anything back kind of thing because people are afraid to do it because of people that don't appreciate it, like we see right now. I think that's what it is. People don't appreciate the reality, the hard reality of the violence and death and not having that perfect romantic death, you know. Objective means you're trying to take your own personal bias out of it, but it's still your opinion. Subjective means, like, it's like this. I can respect Madonna as a musical artist. I subjectively do not like her music, but objectively I think she's a good artist. Does that make sense? So I respect her because I think, you know, especially in the time frame that she was big, it was well done, but I personally don't care for her music. Objective is taking your personal bias out of it and trying to see things for what good they are, and subjective is personal. It's I like this, the end. I have read and listened to what other people have said about it. I have. I don't think my blinders are on. I think theirs are on. My eyes are wide open. Average is just the average of these scores, so 10, 20, 30. This is 47 out of 60, or 57 out of 60. That's fine. You can disagree all you want. I hope we get more games like this. I hope we get more stories like this. I think it's a 10 out of 10 game. Complete masterpiece all the way through. Absolutely fantastic, wonderful, amazing game. Crazy good story, portrayal of characters. Visuals were staggering. Audio design was on point. Gameplay was great. I'm so happy for this game. I love it. And remember, I'm trying to be as objective as possible here. The only truly subjective score is this one. I truly feel these are absolutely accurate subjective scores, and so is this.